Today we are going to learn how to derive quadratic equation, the formula, how to derive the quadratic formula. So this is the quadratic equation. Quadratic equation is in this form: ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So we are going to learn how to derive the quadratic formula. So let's get started. So the first step is to divide through by the coefficient of x squared, which is a. So we are dividing through by a. Then the next step is to simplify this equation. So a will cancel a, leaving x squared plus b over ax is equal to 0. 0 divided by any number is equal to 0. So the next step, we'll bring this variable c over a to the right hand side, having x squared so when it crosses the equal to sign, it becomes negative. So I have negative c over a. Now we want to change this one, x squared plus b over ax, to the form x plus k square. So the k is representing the variable of b that will be put here, or the coefficient of x that will give you this equation. I'm taking it again. We want to change this one to the form like this one. So we need the value of k that when we put here and we simplify equation like this, we will get something like this, plus the c, dc. So I'm expanding this one. We have x plus k, x plus k. So when you expand, you use this method, you can get it, but I want to use the shortcut method. So the shortcut method, you square the first one, x squared plus this times this, which is kx squared, times the power, which is 2kx, plus the square of the second term, which is k squared. So now I want to change this one to this form. So I will equate this part to this one, which is x squared plus b over ax plus c. We don't know the c, so I can use different letter like w so that it will not confuse with this c. So now the next thing we are going to do, we are going to compare coefficient. So the coefficient of x squared is 1, and the coefficient of the x squared at the right hand side is also 1. Then the second one, the coefficient of x is 2k, and the coefficient of the x at the right hand side is b over a. So we can make k the subject here. K is equal to b over 2a. So we are dividing both sides by the 2. So when you divide, you get b over 2a. Now the next step is the c, or the k square, is equal to w. K square is equal to W. But we know that K is equal to B over 2A. So W will now be equal to B over 2A all squared. So now our new equation that will rise to this form is s squared plus b ax plus the w, which is now b over 2a all squared. So now this one can be rewritten as this. We know k is b over 2a. So putting it back into the equation, we have k plus k. I'm writing it on this side. That will be x plus k, which is b over 2a all squared. So now back to our equation. Keep this one in mind. We are now coming to insert this one, the value of the c, that's the w, into this equation. So we have s squared plus b over a x plus the w, which is b over 2a all squared. So since we have added this one to the equation, we have changed the equation. So not to tamper with the equation, we will subtract it by itself. We call the process create and destroy. So we have created this one, we are using this one to destroy it, which is equal to c over a, negative c over a. So now we've created this one to enable us to get this one. And we have subtracted b over 2a all squared, so that it will bring us back to the same equation. So this and this will give us 0, and we are back to this equation. But since we want to change it to this form, we will maintain it like this and bring this one to this side. So s squared plus b over ax plus b over 2a all squared is equal to, when this one crosses the equal sign, become positive. So we have b over 2a minus c over a. So now, since we know that this one is equal to this one, we'll replace the whole of this one with this one, which is x plus b over 2a all squared is equal to, and simplify this one, we have b squared over 4a squared minus c over a. So the next step, we simplify this one further, we find the LCM. The LCM is equal to 4a squared. So this one will divide itself 1 times b will give us b squared times b squared will give us b squared, minus a will divide this one 4a times, or you can do it somewhere, square divided by a. So this a will cancel this one, remaining 1a. Yeah. So the answer times the c, which is 4ac. Then at the left hand side, we repeat this one, 2a So we are continuing at this side. X plus b all over 2a all squared is equal to b squared minus 4ac all over. So at this point we'll divide, we'll use the square root. We'll root both sides, the left hand side, to take away the square. So root, applying the root at both sides. So this one will cancel these two, leaving x plus b over 2a is equal to the root of b squared minus 4ac all over 4a squared. So we bring this term to this side, which is negative. So the sign here, because it is a root, it will be plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4 divided by, so the root of 4a squared is 2a minus all over 2, because they are having the same denominator. We just put 1 at the bottom. So therefore x is equal to So not to go through all the process when you get to this step, you can just take the coefficient of x, divide it by 2, these two, and square it and repeat it. So you can choose this process, memorize it in your mind. But I wanted you to understand, that's why I went to solve all those processes for you. Thank you.